Many of you are familiar with Corrie ten Boom, the lady who hid Jews in her home in Holland during World War II. She and her sister Betsy ended up in a concentration camp. Betsy died in that concentration camp. Years later, Corrie ten Boom would live in this country. She had a busy schedule. She had a personal assistant by the name of Pam Rosewell, who was kind of an assistant and aide to her, who kept her schedule, kept things going as she traveled around the country. She protected her from interruptions in life. And one day they were getting ready to leave for a tour, a speaking tour around the country, and Pam said she was packing the suitcases, getting Corrie ready to go on this speaking tour, getting all her messages together. The phone rang, and Pam picked up the phone, and this man said, "I have to see Corrie ten Boom today. I'm having some major problems in my life. I need some advice, and all I want with her is 15 or 20 minutes. I know she can help me with what I'm dealing with." Well, Pam Rosewell said her initial response was, "Hey, Corrie ten Boom is a busy woman. She's getting ready to leave on a trip, and you just can't call her on the day that she's leaving and say, I need 15 to 20 minutes with her. You're just going to have to call when we get back from this tour. We've got so much to do." Corrie ten Boom overheard the conversation that Pam Rosewell had with this man. And after she hung up, she said, "What was that all about?" And Pam Rosewell said, "Well, this man wants to talk to you, but I told him you don't have time." Corrie ten Boom shocked Pam Rosewell, and she said, "You get him back on the phone. You tell him to come over right now before we leave, and I will talk to him." And then she sat Pam Rosewell down, and I love what she told her. She said, "I want to tell you something, Pam. When I was in the concentration camps, I lived within the shadow of the furnace." What a statement. I lived within the shadow of the furnace. Every day I would get up wondering, is today the day I'm going to buy the farm, so to speak? Is this it? Is today the day that's going to be my last? Is today the day I'm going to die? Is today the day they're going to execute me? And she said, every day I saw the furnace and the smoke coming out of the furnaces, and we all knew what was happening as people were being systematically put in those furnaces and they never came out. And she said, "Pam, when you live in the shadow of the furnace, you live differently." What a statement. When you live in the shadow of the furnace, you live differently. I'm going to ask you not to live in the shadow of the furnace this year. I'm going to ask you to live under the shadow of the Sermon on the Mount. That everything you do, let it be a reflection of not only what you've read, but what you believe about what Jesus said. Not just what you've read and heard, but what you believe. For I believe that if Jesus Christ is who he claimed to be, the Son of the living God, if Jesus Christ is everything that he claimed to be, the way, the truth, and the life, then the Sermon on the Mount is not something for me to frame and put on the wall. It's to frame in my heart. Because it's meant to change my life. It's meant to change your life. Commit your heart right now. Lord, I'm going to listen to you.